Hello guys, as many of you may or may not know, about a month ago I put out a video titled 20 Questions Q&A Request, which basically requested all of you to send in your questions about me, 20 of them, so I can answer them in a response video. Well, here's your response video. As one would assume, questions started to gradually roll in from my many subscribers here on YouTube. And so I received a grand total of... let me check. Are you freaking kidding me? I asked for 20 questions and that's all! And all I received is 10! Are you kidding me? I'm never gonna make it big on YouTube. I'm just kidding, you guys. I'm very thankful for the questions that I did receive. Hope it didn't make any of you feel too bad. So let's get right into these personal questions now, shall we? The first one comes from AXLRocks01, and he asks, "Hi, what's your favorite band or favorite kind of music?" Funny you should ask, because recently it seems as if my tastes in music have been rapidly changing. I mean, I've gone from hip-hop to pop to rock to electronic, back to rock again. So when it is all said and done, I'd have to say my favorite genre of music is, in fact, rock. Though some electronic mashups are excellent pump-up songs. Favorite band? Well, it was in my period of just listening to Of Montreal, and I was also in my other period of just listening to Sublime. I'd say right now, I'd say it's just a smorgasbord of various artists. Though for my favorite, I'd have to say either Rush or Blue Oyster Cult. Two of my favorites. 001BCar asks, "What is your favorite author and what is your favorite novel?" Seeing as my favorite author changes almost as often as my favorite band, I'd have to say either Stephen King or H.P. Lovecraft. My favorite novel would either be Different Seasons by Stephen King, which is technically a collection of 4 novellas, though as a collection, it really does hold a soft spot in my heart. And then number 2, I Am Legend by Richard Matheson. Either one of those books holds a spot as my number 1 favorite novel. J. Perez166 asks, "Who's your inspiration or idol?" Since I'm really into running, I'd say either Galen Rupp, Ryan Hall, or Matt Jablonski. But on the other hand, I really like movies, filming, and I'd like to get into cinematography later on in my life. I'd say either the popular horror director Wes Craven directed the Scream films, and also the first Nightmare on Elm Street, and then possibly Bruce Campbell and or Sam Raimi do their activity with Evil Dead. Meh, the Evil Dead films are some of my favorite horror films. Seeing as they were produced on such a low budget and became such blockbusters, why wouldn't they be an inspiration for an amateur filmmaker like myself? Fuchsia Flashdance asks, "Where do you see yourself or where do you want to be in 10 years? I'm actually very unsure about my future. I'm a junior in high school yet. I'm still unsure as to what I want to pursue in college. Though I think it'd be cool to be a movie filmer, director, producer, someone in the movie industry. Maybe become a literary editor when, you know, a certain someone releases a New York Times best-selling novel. You know who you are." Canto1408 asks, "What would you do if you woke up in the middle of the night and found Stephen King, Dean Koontz, Clive Barker, and Robert McCammon in your room, just sitting there in the dark?" That'd be a very awkward situation, indeed. I would probably scream, crap myself, pass out, wake up, and then introduce myself, all in that order. It'd be pretty creepy, but at the same time it'd be cool. I mean, come on, they're horror authors. It's perfectly acceptable in their situation. After putting on my adult diaper, Canto1408 also asks, "What are some books you read that have never been made into movies, but you think would make great movies?" Well, there's The Dark Half by Stephen King. I don't think that's been made into a movie, and that'd make a good pulp crime movie. Then there's I Am Legend by Richard Matheson. Okay, I know there's been a recent remake, but I think it deserves something more, something that stays true to the plot. Then The Breathing Method by Stephen King. I don't think that's been made into a movie either. Then The Taking by Dean Koontz would make a worthy horror film. I think even the novel Cover by Jack Ketchum could be made into a pretty interesting B horror film. Finally, last but not least, Mr. Wildboy94 asks, "What would you consider your favorite movie, video game?" Movie. Would a miniseries count? Because I would say hands down one of them would have to be Stephen King's The Stand miniseries. Then my favorite movies would also include John Carpenter's The Thing, hands down, classic. No Country for Old Men, John Carpenter's Halloween horror classic, the first Nightmare on Elm Street, and even the black and white film The Last Man on Earth. As for video games, I'm sorry to admit, I don't really play that many video games. I know, I'm un-American. Maybe Super Mario Galaxy for the Wii? That was a fun adventure game. Besides that, I like to try to stick with the classics. I'm talking about the original Silent Hill video game and Dig Dug, the arcade classic. Maybe even Galaga should be thrown in there. Many hours spent playing Galaga and Dig Dug. Well, that's all, folks. Hope you enjoyed. If any other personal questions pop up, feel free to post them down in the comment box below on this video, or hey, send me a message here on YouTube. Maybe for some of your questions, blatantly state that you'd like them answered in a future Q&A answer session. I can arrange that. Yeah, I can arrange that. That is, if I get enough questions. I'm talking at least 10 questions here. Simply put, send me 10 or more questions via the comments box below or via personal message here on YouTube. I'll try to get to it. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy what you're seeing, and I'll catch you here next time. See ya.